Well, once again, I'm here on YouTube. One of the things that I would like to really discuss is this concept of saving the world. Well, my wonderful friend John Root thinks that a common good bank is the answer. A bank that will give money to everyone, give loans to keep college students, help everybody buy a house, or just give money to everybody regardless of their income level or credit. That's a wonderful thing, but it's not realistic. It would take $2 million to get this thing going. Maybe he has a few $100,000 donated. The idea of a common good bank has been around for a long time. It hasn't happened in 20 years. John Root goes to all these meetings every week. He goes on the radio. But he chooses to talk to only a select group of about 20 people in these meetings, people that all support his ideas. But he doesn't go out in public and present himself. And I'm not trying to downgrade my friend John in any way, but John, you have competition now. I'm not on the radio. I'm here not to talk about a common good bank or talk about why the money supply is shrinking or all these phony conspiracies that you talk to people about. Because guess what, John? They don't exist. They're in your mind. You're what they call a conspiracy theorist. What I'm here to talk about is what's real. Restoring the concept of communities. You know, reality is, what is politics anyway? Presidents make all these speeches and promises. They talk about money, the deficit, lowering taxes, all this great stuff. And it is, you know, a lot of presidents have had good intentions, but for one reason or the other, it hasn't worked out. Their ideas have to be passed by Congress, which is how this country was founded. The president wants to have a bill passed, Congress has to approve, and it goes on and on. In all the years I've lived, I will be I will be 39 in about 2 months. All the presidents that I've seen lead this country, I have never seen a president say, America needs community. We need to forget about our racial differences and our prejudices. We are all human beings. We are all the same flesh and blood. It does not matter where we come from, what language we speak, or what nationality we are. We all have the same fundamental needs as a human race. To find someone we love more than ourselves to share our life with. And that being part of something that is greater than ourselves is what this country is founded on. Helping our neighbors. Doing things for other people is what makes our lives more rewarding and more rich. You know, all I can say is that it's time that we have a president. I am perhaps not the right person for the job. In fact, I know I'm not, but who cares? It's a free country. And if I ever was a millionaire, which I'm not, or I even was elected to such an office, I would never choose to live in a White House. Why would I want to be in a palace? I would be real with the American people. I wouldn't want Secret Service. I would reject it. I'd go out there to the same, I would wear blue jeans, go to the same restaurants that I eat at all the time. We go to Bogies, but still do my job to my fullest capacity. A real person, a real leader, doesn't need to adorn himself, doesn't need to wear crowns or live in a mansion or put himself above everybody. A real person who is fit to lead a country and spread his ideals is one of the people. He's been there. He knows what they're going through. He's friends with everybody. And he relates to them on their level because he's the same as they are. You know, when I look at the Pope on TV, it's amazing that someone who is the highest official in the Catholic religion, the man who's supposed to represent all our ideals to God, has to wear all these adorn himself in fancy clothing and rings and jewelry and ride in a bulletproof armored car and live in a palace. And people worship him like he is God, but the Pope is not God. He's a man. The Pope has to put on his pants one leg at a time, just like we do. When he takes a shower, well, you know what? When he's in the buff and he's naked, he's got to take that towel and wipe himself off, just like we do. He's the Pope. He's the greatest man in the world, but he's still a human being and a man. Jesus Christ was a man. He was the Son of God. More important, in a certain sense, more important than any leader will ever have in this world. He didn't live in a mansion or a palace or ride in bulletproof armored cars, which didn't exist back then, or have security officers follow him everywhere. He wore simple clothing. He was a carpenter. He ate with criminals. He lived a very simple life as a peasant. The people loved him and they followed him and respected him because of what he said, his content, his thoughts, his ideals, the fact that he would spend his time being real with the people. He didn't put himself on a pedestal because he was a son of God. He lived life as an ordinary man, and he spoke his mind, and he was for real. And that's why Jesus was one of the most incredible people that ever lived. I am not Jesus. I never will be. I'm trying to make a point that being real with the American people and speaking your mind and talking about community is the most important thing in the world. Why, I ask myself, have we never had a president say this? Well, John Root, you can talk, you have competition now. You can talk about your common good bank and all the phony conspiracies in the world and spend all your time, dumping on the government and dumping on everything else, but I'm not going to spend my time dumping on the government, criticizing everything, and making up conspiracies that don't exist. I'm not here to do that. I'm here to talk about how we as America need to move forward. We need to reestablish the concept of community. And as American people and and citizens of the planet Earth, we need to come together as one unit. We need to forget about all the borders, the nationalities, the racial differences, and think we are citizens of the planet Earth. We are all here in the likeness of God. We all have the same fundamental needs. Let's come together to make the world a better place and discover and support what's really important. Being with our families, supporting our families in their old age, supporting our children, giving our children good values, and making communities for everybody. And the tax dollars that not only our country has, but every nation has, should be used to build communities. That's where the tax dollars need to go. That's what it's all about. So, John, I think you're missing the boat with your common good bank. I'm for real. I can be real with the peoples. Can you? Anyway, I would like to thank everybody for watching this video, and I hope everybody has a great, successful week.